is now 5:15, and welcome to the meeting for this evening, October 28th. It is not actually an official town meeting because we do not have a quorum. Only Commissioner Taylor and I are here present, so there will be no call to order. There will be no motion to approve the agenda. There will be no motions for anything because we don't have enough commissioners here to vote and make it official. However, we did discuss it and thought it was probably useful to be here so that we can get some information on these items. It is being recorded and broadcast, so the missing commissioners can look at it at their leisure, and hopefully we will have a quorum on Monday, so we'll be able to conduct actual official business. So, with that being said, Michael Krantz is going to do the town administrator's report because the town administrator is not here.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So on behalf of Town Administrator Edward Hopkins, I'm going to read the following bullet points. Number one, BGE is moving up their paving schedule of Pennsylvania Avenue. Within the next week or so, and weather permitting, paving of Pennsylvania Avenue from Shannon Drive to Hickory Avenue will be done during the day. From Hickory Avenue to Bond Street, paving will take place at night. Then Bond Street to Hayes Street, back to daytime to include a portion of Hayes Street. Number two, we received some feedback and then coordinated with Maryland American Water for them to repair the water leak at Gordon and Hickory. It still has a noticeable depression where the pavement has settled, and that should be a temporary patch. Number three, the speed bump was installed in the 500 block of East Broadway. Number four, there is a new traffic light at Pennsylvania Avenue and Bond. Chief Moore initiated the request for this project through the Traffic Committee several years, and other commissioner citizens have since added their concerns. It took several years, but the new light is being installed now. And another traffic initiative, we've submitted requests to the State Highway to study Route 924 and Idlewild Road at the request of a citizen whose children cross there to walk to school. The residents who brought this to our attention have also directed correspondence to the school board and various other elected officials. That concludes the town administrator's report.
Thank you so much for standing in for Eddie Hopkins. Our tentative agenda for our town meeting, which will be Monday, November the 3rd at 7 p.m., will consist of first a set of presentations. The first one will be the United Way of Central Maryland Certificate of Recognition upon their 100th anniversary. And I think Angela has a few things to say about that.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The United Way of Central Maryland, as you mentioned, is celebrating 100 years in 2025. They are a well-known community organization with a mission of creating programs to promote equity, create opportunity, and improve communities by increasing access to housing, health, economic advancement, and education. They have confirmed that they are able to attend the town board meeting on November 3rd to accept the certificate of recognition on their 100-year anniversary. Attendees will include Liz Acosta, who is their Associate Vice President of Governance, and Angela Rose, who is the Harford County Regional Board Chair for the United Way of Central Maryland.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right. Also on our list of presentations for Monday is the Certificate of Appreciation to Patty Parker for Winter Wonderland, the Appearance and Beautification Committee Awards, and the Municipal Government Works Month Proclamation. Does anyone need to say anything about those?
They are pretty self-explanatory.
That's what I thought.
And we are definitely looking forward to all three of them, especially the Appearance and Beautification Committee Awards. They put a lot of thought and effort into picking out the best of the best around the town of Bel Air, so looking forward to that.
I always look forward to that because I love to see what people have done. I have like zero vision myself, and the things that people come up with are, I'm like amazed. So we'll look forward to those on Monday. Under new business, we will have the on-call utility repair service contract. Mr. Klein, I would expect that would be you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'd like to bring before the Board of Town Commissioners a contract. It will actually be a request for 3 different contracts with 3 different businesses: Site Services, T&N Masonry, and Dino's Excavation for on-call utility repairs. What we've done is we put out a bid and we've done unit cost pricing on a bunch of different type of repairs that could occur during an emergency situation, and each contractor has bid on those repairs. So we have 3 different companies that we would like to enter into a contract with. So if the occasion ever arises in an emergency situation, we don't have to go through the procurement process, and we're able to quickly get someone out there to do the job. We'd rather have like 3 companies rather than just one, because sometimes companies are already busy and aren't able to get out there at that time. So all 3 contracts would be not to exceed $100,000, and we've worked with each contractor before, so we're happy to prepare that with you.
Is that $100,000 total or $100,000 each?
100,000 each.
Each?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's basically would probably never get to that stand, but it is.
Let's hope not. That's
yeah.
a lot of repair work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other questions? All right, moving on to the remove and replace the fuel pedestals and pumps contract. Mr.
And
Klein?
that would be me again, ma'am. Yes, down at Public Works, we have a fueling system with both gasoline and diesel fuel. We have 2 pedestals, one for the gas and one for the diesel. And in those pedestals are pumps that pump out the gasoline into the town's fleet. The existing pedestals and pumps are not being serviced anymore by the representatives who built them, so we are unable to get any new replacement parts or repair parts. So we're up the creek if we have issues. So we want to make sure that we get this new pumps and everything that are be able to be worked on moving forward. And that project is in the amount of $48,000. That is to remove everything and redo, and we put that out to bid, and this is definitely the low bid.
All right, any questions? Glad we're getting that done before it's an emergency.
Yep.
So, all right, next is the video camera surveillance system contract. Chief, I know this is you.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you very much. Thank you, Commissioner Taylor. I am incredibly excited tonight to bring this agenda item to you for your hopeful discussion and approval at the next town hall meeting. It's definitely going to be a game. Test, test, test. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There we go. Can you hear me? It's going to be a game changer. It's a lot better now. A game changer in public safety and crime fighting ability in the town of Bel Air. Really, again, I'm really excited to bring this agenda item to you tonight. And to help me with the more complicated parts of this agenda item, which is the upgraded public safety and surveillance equipment, the Verkada surveillance equipment, I brought to you all the way from Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, Amelia Alcaraz, who is the Maryland's exclusive account executive for public safety, local government, and education. Guy's been incredibly responsive. He's a taskmaster, and he's there dotting the I's and crossing the T's when I miss them. And I also brought to you all the way from Perry Hall, Detective Corporal John Ganowski. He's also been behind the scenes, and they're doing the things that are simply beyond my expertise in many ways and helping me to understand. So they'll be here to help you if you need it, and they'll be here for your questions. But I think what I'm going to do is kind of go through the outline of the agenda item, lay the foundation, and then Amelia is going to come up with his presentation. The town of Bel Air is seeking to enhance and expand its existing public safety surveillance infrastructure through the purchase and installation of the state-of-the-art Verkada surveillance equipment. This project will modernize the town's current safety surveillance system by incorporating high-resolution cameras, cloud-based video analytics, and real-time monitoring capabilities and solutions. While our existing system has provided a baseline level of effectiveness, it lacks the clarity, coverage, and modern AI, artificial intelligence-based features required for proactive public safety and modern management. This system is able to be successfully integrated with the existing town network and similar networks through Harford County. So it will be compatible with the systems in Aberdeen, Havre de Grace, and the Harford County Sheriff's Office, and other systems throughout the state and the country, actually. Proposed upgrades and benefits for the Verkada surveillance system include deterring crime and improving safety and security, artificial intelligence, AI-powered search to identify suspects and suspect vehicle information, aid in apprehension, and prevent acts of terrorism. Live streaming and 24/7 recording and access allows Bel Air Police Department to receive alerts of suspicious activity and monitor locations and events conveniently from a command and dispatch center environment and from any location with a secured wireless access. And it enables us to have resource conservation. In other words, these cameras will be at locations and enables our officers to be other places doing what they're supposed to be doing. Infrared capabilities enable the cameras to be utilized at night. Integration and compatibility with Harford County surveillance systems, which I already said, pan, tilt, zoom, and high-resolution capabilities at some locations. Additionally, the town of Bel Air and Harford County sponsors and supports many community-oriented events that create a need for security-conscious environments. The system has already proven its value as a tremendous crime-fighting tool and for protecting communities nationwide. The system will unquestionably promote and strengthen security and deter violence and crime within the town of Bel Air. Each installation package includes, Verkada hardware, cameras, gateways, mounts, 5-year software licensing, power network infrastructure, installation materials and accessories, full commissioning and operational testing. Per the town's procurement regulations, this project is eligible to be piggybacked on Harford County's low voltage work contract, 25268. The selected vendor, Infinity Technologies, was awarded the Harford County contract based on competitive bidding process. A copy of the contract purchase order will be attached. Our previous procurement officer made a determination based on fiscally responsible negotiations and analysis of the aforementioned Harford County contract and indicated that the piggybacking was acceptable and will meet the town of Bel Air procurement policy. The Verkada hardware camera system to be employed in the surveillance network is included in the Infinity contract. This decision to use the Verkada system was based on compatibility considerations, again, because other county law enforcement agencies are using the system. The safety enhancing and crime fighting capabilities of a completely integrated system countywide, again, is a tremendous game changer and crime fighting tool. Additional cost-saving measures included direct negotiations with Verkada and Verizon, which secured an additional 10% discount on hardware and licensing pricing through our partners at Infinity Technologies. Further cost savings measures included securing approval through the Maryland Highway Safety Office for use on existing MDOT infrastructure at locations. Unfortunately, there will be another cost of $7,500 per intersection for engineering and permit approval fees for these selected intersections. Additionally, an MOU, we're still working on an MOU with a private partner to be able to secure some cameras at one of the retail locations that has been experiencing many and frequent retail thefts. The installation of the system will definitely enhance our crime fighting ability and a real-time intelligent video analytics. Initially, the project, when we started, about a year ago, was estimated over $300,000 for 12 locations. We were eventually allocated $226,000, thanks to you, in our budget for this project. Through implementation of a fiscally responsible effort, hard work, partner collaboration, immense analysis by our budget department, the project costs have been significantly reduced, and consequently, the deployment locations have increased. Overall, during the first phase of the project, I know you don't like the phase thing that I used there, but funded through the Commissioner-approved FY26 budget process, we were planning surveillance deployments and upgrades at more than 22 locations. So it's a great increase in what we initially were proposing. So the total cost of the project is, we're estimating right now at $199,430. So with that said, I'm going to turn it, unless you have any questions at this point? No? You good? I'm going to turn it over to Emilio. Work your magic.
Should I just speak up, or is this? Good? Awesome. Good evening, everyone. I'm really grateful to be here. It's nice to meet everybody. Thank you, Chief, for the introduction and just hosting me here. It's been a pleasure working with the Bel Air team. Just want to highlight a couple things of how this project has taken shape, introduce a little bit about Verkada to those who are not already aware, and how we've landed to today in the overall project analysis. So as the chief mentioned, we've been really fortunate to partner with, if you'll see on the next slide here, over 100 different municipalities and government organizations here in the state of Maryland, of which I am a part exclusively of the Maryland State, Local, and Education team. I bolded there some of our neighbors here at Aberdeen, Havre Grace, and of course Harford County. On the next slide here, I just wanted to include a big focal point as this project was taking shape was integration both with our peers here in the area as well as with existing infrastructure you may already have, as well as infrastructure you may be looking to add in the future. Verkada has made it a point of emphasis to not be all Verkada or no Verkada at all. We want to make sure we play nicely with other solutions that you may be employing throughout your town. We can jump to the next slide here. I really wanted to highlight, again, just how this project took shape over the course of the last 12 months. Huge thank you to Chief Moore, Corporal Ganofsky, Mr. Ed Hopkins, Ms. Lisa Moody. They've been instrumental in allowing this to take shape, make sure everything has been very thoroughly proposed and taken, all the proper considerations to make sure it's a buttoned up proposal. So from October 24, where we saw the first trial take place, Verkada conducting their first site walk, we introduced Tom McDonough from Infinity Technologies in January. From that point, we've landed here after the allotment for the project in April, and we have since started preliminary conversations around a kickoff call, which I do want to emphasize. We're not the type of manufacturer that disappears after implementation. We want to be a part of the process with the town of Bel Air, ensure that we're a resource for you guys through and through from start to finish, and after for any scaling or management needs that you guys have. Jump in next here. So I included a couple snippets here of some of the main focuses of our project, starting with license plate recognition, of which our trial period has been really successful. So pairing our AI vehicle analytics with the license plate recognition, we've actually been able to apprehend a few suspects. As you'll see on the next slide here, there was a hit and run incident involving a pedestrian that we were able to track with a partial plate and the model match of a white SUV using our AI.
You have to look at the very top, going down Fulford.
Yeah, I tried to zoom in on the video there. It's a little harder to catch, but it's up on the top center of your screen there. I think we might have passed it already. We can jump to the next slide as well here. Another piece of the project for some of your larger scale areas we're looking to monitor, as Chief mentioned, was the PTZ cameras with both AI-powered Sentry mode as well as manual functionality. We're able to cover some large scale areas like parking lots and parks with blocked off regions to do some of the work for you guys. We want to make sure your incident response is buttoned up and these cameras are working for you alongside your team, not requiring the manpower that the current search features you guys have are utilizing. And then lastly, we did discuss the need for some kind of line crossing motion search capabilities to prevent some of these restricted areas from incidents like at the Hickory Ave parking garage. Being able to test this has been really successful. We've been able to pick up non-incidents that Corporal Ganofsky has been able to confirm with our live link sharing. So he gets a text, any personnel that they deem necessary to receive a live link to this feed as soon as an alert is tripped, whether it's a line crossing or a motion search. Yes, sir.
So what do you mean on that? So if someone's up on the parking garage and walking across, it sends a signal that someone's up there?
Correct. So you can think of it like a digital tripwire displayed there on the video. So you can draw the line wherever you deem necessary. We beta tested this a little bit to figure out the parameters that would make the most sense so you're not having a bunch of false alarms. You draw the line there, or you can draw a grid of over an area that you deem is acceptable for alerts, and then it'll automatically send that link out to you to confirm whether that's an incident or not.
Does that then keep a photograph on that person who caused that to make an announcement?
It'll archive a video clip of that event, yeah. So as soon as that alert is triggered, and you can see on the back end of this clip here as well, we can pair a talk-down speaker here. If it's a safety emergency, you can have an agent talk down or a pre-recorded message to alert that individual that they're being monitored. We can jump over to the next slide here. So some of the pain points we discussed that we wanted to help solve in this trial period: limited access to cameras, especially remote access in emergency situations, which we've been able to solve with fully remote access from our mobile app, any dedicated viewing station inside their command center, or any laptop from wherever you have internet access. Previously, they found it very hard to use, find, save, and share the footage they were looking for, delaying incident response and investigation times. We have a much simpler UI and reduced on-site maintenance so that they can respond to those things much quicker and find the footage that they're looking for, as well as share it out to the right personnel immediately. Lack of proactive response, again, paired with that, being able to see events happen in real time, as well as paired with footage so they can have context into those events. And then finally, those manual updates and replacements that come with old legacy systems. We offer a 10-year warranty with 24/7 support from myself and my engineering team, and all of our updates on the software side are rolled out automatically at no additional cost. And then jump into our last slide here. I just want to highlight that 10-year warranty and what comes with the total cost of ownership with a Verkada system. So again, all of the hardware pieces on that 10-year warranty, there's no hidden costs. Everything is completely predictable. So we went with a 5-year licensing option. That comes with our 24/7 technical support from myself and our engineers, no ongoing maintenance, no ongoing software feature costs. So if Verkada rolls out a new feature tomorrow, it's automatically pushed to the Bel Air team. There's unlimited users and sites, 30 days of retention, and unlimited archiving of clips to help the chief and his team with their investigations. Our evaluation of install is projected to take place in March of 2026. Myself and my team will come back out to ensure that everything has been done according to the team's specifications, as well as trainings with Corporal Ganofsky and his team to make sure the system's getting the absolute utmost use. And then one more slide here to finish. I included a couple testimonials from some teams I've gotten the chance to work with, Mr. Sean Seibel over at the Aberdeen Police Department IT, as well as Chief McGee down in Snow Hill. I just wanted to include these. I'm happy to forward these over to you guys. I don't want you to have to stare down a big block of text here right now, but I'm happy to send this to whomever would like to look it over. And then lastly, just your contacts here with Verkada, you'll see on the last slide. Myself, my manager, Rhiannon Ahmed, who Chief Moore and Corporal Ganofsky have gotten the opportunity to meet, and then our solutions engineer, Rohan. Again, we're here for you guys. We're available for any of your questions. We'll be here throughout the process and on. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. And if there's any questions, I'm happy to help out.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you able, like, is the AI so sophisticated that, for example, Chief would be able to contact the Aberdeen Police Station and ask them to see if they saw any green Jeep Cherokees that were driving with,
Yeah.
So the AI would help in the process?
Correct, yeah. So, and the fortunate part too is that there's capabilities to integrate with what they have going on, right? So if you need to do some live link sharing or peer into the analytics that they have, they can enable that line of communication for you guys so that they can see, okay, we had this vehicle or this partial plate come across this intersection at said time, so that you guys can pair those two systems in aiding your investigation, if that makes sense.
Similarly with license plates, so for example, Home Depot in Aberdeen or something saw a license plate that just got out of there, that stole a bunch of stuff, and then we see the same license plate here in Bel Air.
Yeah.
That could,
Correct. Then setting,
capability.
yeah, and then setting alerts around that specific license plate so that you're notified anytime it comes back up.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one slide mentioned archiving of clips up to 24 hours.
Mhm.
So a clip is archived and only held for 24 hours?
So the length of the clip can be up to 24 hours long.
Okay.
Mhm.
I wasn't clear what that was
I should have
referring
touched
to.
on that.
That's okay.
I
That's
appreciate
okay.
it. Yeah, so 24 hours all the way down to 20 seconds. So
Okay.
you can get pretty granular with it.
Okay.
And how long are clips archived for?
Indefinitely. So long as your license is active, you have an unlimited archive. There's a 30-day natural retention period. So if there's 30 days back worth of footage that you need to go back and find a clip for, it'll still be stored there, both in the cloud and on the camera itself. So there's a layer of redundancy there as well. But 30 days backup with unlimited archiving, so long as your license is on.
And when we talk about a discrete clip, is that defined only when a parameter has been tripped, or could you go and look for any time frame that you're looking for?
You could look for any time frame you're looking for. So whether it's just a history search, you're looking for events from the past day, motion events, specific vehicle events, or like you said, a certain line crossing alert was triggered, you can go back and search through any of those.
So everything that the camera sees is archived indefinitely?
Correct. Well, it's stored on the cloud backup, and then you can go in and manually archive what you need. So if, for example, when building an investigation, you don't want to use up a bunch of bandwidth storing everything. You
Right.
just want to store what's integral to that investigation. You
Mhm.
go in and do that yourself.
Okay.
Or you can have settings around those alerts archiving them automatically.
So, just to clarify what you said, in order to have it archived on the cloud, do you need to go in and manually do that from the camera?
You can select which clip down to the length of the clip that you need. You can, again, if there's every single line crossing event at a certain point, at a certain time needs to be archived, you can set it to automatically have that function, or you can go in and review footage yourself and then manually archive that footage.
So if you're conducting an investigation and you're trying to look for something that happened 35 days ago, are you still able to look through things, or has that already gone out?
We do have extended retention models from 60, 90, 120, 365 days if you need it. That's a specification up to you guys.
Got
The
it.
only base models come with 30 days retention.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. Video archive is very interesting, so I appreciate that
Yeah, of course.
clarification. Chief, the $199,000 figure that you gave us, is that
Yes.
for the whole project?
Correct.
So that's coming in pretty significantly under budget then?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
So,
Good.
did you have any other questions?
No, I was just sort of running those two things together. Yeah, I'm just chewing on
Yeah,
that.
got it.
Yeah.
So Verkada has been extremely gracious in working with us to get this project going. So we've actually had pilot projects over the last year. And Corporal Ganowski, I don't think he sleeps. He's always looking at these camera systems. And I hate to put you on the spot, but would you have any examples of the examples that we've, thank you, Emilio. Would you be able to give them some examples that maybe would help you clarify it a little bit more of some successes that we've already experienced with the few pilot cameras that we already have installed?
Well, there's been so many small things that's helped and aided with our investigations, whether it was getting a tag coming from Dick's Sporting Goods or Alta, that assists us with identifying suspects involved with the thefts. We've had numerous ones of those. Multiple accidents were able to be cleared where it was he said versus she said or vice versa. The camera's been there constantly monitoring pedestrian traffic coming across. We monitor that at various different times to see what's effective out there, what people are doing. That helps us aid if we need to go out there to help public information, to help them to walk across, and not cross illegally. So we've been using this for public safety, traffic safety. There's so many avenues that this system's been working. But be mindful that when we mentioned the 30-day retention, after the 30 days, there's nothing stored on our system. So if we don't have a reason to go back to look at something, whether it's a call for service or something that cues us to look to, we don't have time to sit there and watch these cameras 24/7. We monitor where we need to monitor and go back and get what we need. So it's been crucial for our criminal investigations, traffic investigations, public safety. One of which we had a runaway from the elementary school that was going through somatic issues. Didn't know what direction the travel went. It was simple as typing in girl with a purple dress on. I found her within 10 seconds coming up to Main Street going down Baltimore Pike, and we were able to send units in that direction. We found her at a pet store down at the mall. So we could have had officers out there for hours and hours. There was no electronic communications or anything to go off of other than good police work, looking and keeping our eyes open. But this gave us insight of where that person went, and we were able to stop safely and talk to her and get her back to her mother and dissolve the issue. So there's so many little things off just one or two test cameras that we've had. It's been phenomenal. And yeah, I'm constantly looking at the cameras and making sure everything's working because I'm doing testing, but it's, you don't have time to sit there and gaze at this thing and see what everybody's doing in town. You look at it when you need to look at it, and it's a great tool for us to have when we need it. Other thing is a test model we were doing at the parking garage. It's been working great using the geofence line. As we showed a demo up there, it was very brief. But that gives us an early warning system for potential situations that we all know about, which will give us additional resources and hopefully solve some, threatening situations. So, like I said, I've been through this from day one, whether it's been combing the whole town and strategically placing where we need to place them based on our crime and information we need to help for public safety, and it's been phenomenal from day one. I'm looking forward with it.
And Chief, do we feel that the 30-day retention period is sufficient?
I'm sorry, Commissioner, what was that?
Do we feel that the 30-day retention period is sufficient?
Yeah, I think so. I
In
think
the
that
past
helps.
year
Yeah.
that I've worked with it, I have one case that I wish I would have had a little bit longer on.
Okay.
Just one. I mean, there's going to be some that fall between it, but you got to figure out what's happy. If we can modify that down the road, if we start getting more, then that
Right.
might be something we look at.
And was that like just outside the window? I know, I'm
Yeah,
asking you
it was a little bit, it was in reference to a bank fraud, and the subject was running around town, and after I traced her through camera, I walked from Bel Air, Main Street, all the streets, and tracked her from camera to camera. By the time I got her back to a certain location, that video has been gone, so.
Right.
Yeah, so it helps, but I think it's limited, you know, what we need right now. The
Okay.
30 days has been pretty effective so far.
Okay.
One of the amazing things that I saw that just blew my mind was, dealing with surveillance and looking at these snapshots, trying to figure out tags of cars. For the longest times, if things are pixelated, but pixelated, you can't, you're like, oh, I can almost make that out, but I can't. This system will actually make it out for you of what it thinks that tag is. I was like,
So that's
this
another
is
benefit.
incredible.
I've spent hours even looking at my computer screen with a magnifying glass, trying to figure tags out from frame to frame. This captures an image and gives us the tag. It doesn't go into anybody's information. It's up to us investigators to go find that vehicle of interest and then investigate that tag from there. So we're not storing anybody's information or intruding or anything like that. So it's been very helpful with the AI to get that image and to save it for us when we need to go back and look for that particular event. So yes, it's been incredible with that.
Well, I just want to thank Corporal Ganowski for walking around town and figuring out where to put these and all the hard work that you have to put in to get something like this off the ground and started. But the story about the girl with the purple dress is really just, a fabulous one to show how well this can be used to really solve an issue without having you guys like wandering around town for hours trying to figure out where she went. And her mother being frantic with where she is. So that's a really telling story. The other ones about license plates, hey, I'm like, I've been there too. What the heck does that say? But find a little girl who's like wandered off from school is really a positive thing. And I know the geofencing on the garage is also going to be very, very helpful. I wanted to ask about the geofencing in the garage. I seem to have in my head that the cost of that was like around $30,000 for the.
Yes, ma'am. So I worked up two different estimates of this. So the first one is without the parking garage
Mhm.
surveillance, and again, that was $199,430. With the parking garage, it was $217,439.
So it would math in my head is hard. Would that be around $30,000
Yes, ma'am.
or
A
so?
little over
Okay.
30,000. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
I'm sorry, could you give those numbers again one more time, Chief?
Yeah, the project without the parking garage is $199,430. And again, I'm still working on the numbers a little bit. It's a close estimate. And with the parking garage, it's $217,439.23.
Okay, so I'm getting around $18,000 is the delta there.
So the delta is because we're going to install a couple more with, if we go with the first option, we're going to install a couple more cameras because we have, a little bit more flexibility in the budget. We would like to consider putting some AI cameras in Town Hall and in the PD lobby for your security and our security. So that's if we decide to go that's if we don't go with the option in the parking garage. We're going to add a couple more cameras. That's the reason.
I just needed a working number, and I like
Mhm.
30 because it's probably, it may
Yes,
be
ma'am.
too big, and that is fine.
Yep.
People are always pleasantly surprised if it's under and not happy if it's over, so I'll, that's close enough for me for
And
what
I've got
I
a
need it
complete
for.
breakdown of everything, too,
Yeah.
if you want to see that. Yep.
And just to have all the numbers in front of us, do we know, and I don't know what the increments are in terms of retention, do we know what it would cost us if we boosted that retention window?
Amelia, would you be able to approximate? Good job, John.
If we were looking to explore added retention for the cameras, we could loop in Tom McDonough from Infinity Technology. So just for the example, everything will be purchased through a Verkada reseller. So they would be the ones providing the actual figures. They'd be able to speak to it. I can have those prepared for Chief Moore if that's something you guys would be looking to explore. But I wouldn't be able to provide figures here just because it would be up to Tom to crunch the numbers there.
Of course, I defer to the chief on what makes the most sense
Right.
to propose to
appreciate
us.
that.
I was just thinking that, you know, if there's even one case where it might be useful and we're coming in under budget, just something to
Absolutely.
consider. And the answer may be no, we don't need it, but just something to look
Thank you,
at.
Commissioner Taylor. It's a good idea.
And I don't know if it's realistic to get those numbers by Monday, but then we could all listen to all the numbers at once, but there's certainly no time pressure on that because I'm sure we can always change our retention
And
period.
apologies, there's a lot of tentacles on this one. There's agreements with private entities. There's agreements with Maryland Department of Transportation that we have to work through. Even down, we're trying to get an estimate of the cost of electric at these intersections. We're trying to narrow it down that far, and it's been,
Right, because we
it's
have to
been a lot of
power,
work.
we have to pay to power these
yes, ma'am.
cameras.
Yes.
Well, it certainly sounds like the new age of law enforcement, for sure.
It is.
And while I'm like a little sensitive on the eye in the sky, keep an eye on everything what we're doing, I really love the crime-fighting capabilities of it and the ability to stop things at the parking garage and to find little girls who have wandered off wearing their purple dress. So I think it's really just going to be terrific. I'm anxious to see what it does as far as crime in
Me
the
too.
town. All right, anything else? Anything else? All right, in that case, thank you so much for coming all the way from Arizona. And you have a great product. And thank you, Corporal, for, AI doesn't do that boots on the ground stuff. Somebody has to still go out there and march around and figure out where to put them. Always, always. All right. The next two things on our new business is appointment to the Cultural Arts Commission and the appointment to the Appearance and Beautification Committee, which we are going to save for discussion at a closed session at a future time. And then we have the Commissioner Liaison Reports. The Tree Committee has not met again since my last report. No, Jake, got anything?
Appearance and Beautification is looking forward to its awards on the 3rd. That should be a great time. And ECDC did not have a standard meeting this month because they were all present, or most of them were present, at the town awards ceremony, which was very successful, and we wish tons and tons of congratulations on our Citizen of the Year, Sue Newenhouse, on our Business of the Year, John's Men's Clothing, and the Archer Bull winner, remind me.
It's a bright idea.
A bright idea, that's
There
right.
you go.
As I've shared with Mayor Edding, I have called them the Sharper Image on multiple occasions. I don't know why, but a bright idea. We
They do
congratulate them.
They have a really sharp-looking set of
They,
abilities out there.
that's why
That's why.
I've got that name wrong a few times, but we're thankful for the work that everyone involved in selecting those award winners did, and we're also thankful to those award winners for what they do to make our town better each and every day. Especially, I'll take a little liberty to say, especially the Citizen of the Year. Sue is melding my two liaison hats together. Sue is a longtime member of the Appearance and Beautification Committee, and there are a few people in town who have dedicated quite as much time. Sue puts it at 50 years, and I think that's about right. Quite as many decades at enriching the community that we have here in Bel Air. So as many times as we can honor and recognize her, I will sign up for that.
So will I. I mean, that is an amazing history for Sue. Years and years of service, and we certainly owe her a proclamation and dinner and many, many, many more things. So thanks to Sue for that.
Commissioner Taylor, if I may help you, A Bright Idea is owned by Anita Brightman, which might help you.
Actually, might be the tipping point for
I
me to
know.
remember that name. Yes, thank you very much.
You're
And they do have a beautiful set of buildings over on Archer Street.
They do indeed. Yes, they were very appreciative of the honor of earning the Archibald Award.
All right, next we have Michael Krantz with the staffing update.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's a pretty easy one at the moment. We have only one active job posted, which is for a part-time file clerk and office assistant in the administration department. The job ad is open for another week, so any interested candidates are certainly welcome to apply. We've processed a new laborer in the Public Works Department who just started a day ago. So welcome aboard, Nick. And we have a couple other applicants who are in the pipeline going through their background checking, including another laborer in the Public Works Department, as well as our part-time procurement officer is also pending as we speak. That's all for that.
Thank you so much, and welcome to Nick. We hope he's happy and enjoys his position here at the town. I think that's it. Anything else? All right. Next is the calendar, which is now showing December, which is a little scary, but it is coming up. While I enjoy the parade, that Christmas holiday is bearing down on us. It'll be Thanksgiving soon. Soon it'll be November. So
And we've got an election coming up,
we
so.
do, which is next Tuesday, right after our meeting on
That's right.
Monday. Monday the 3rd will be our last town board meeting before the election on Tuesday.
So while I'm about to say this, and I can't imagine that if you're choosing to watch this October 28th work session, not meeting, and you're eligible to vote, that you won't be voting in town hall. I'm suspecting that everyone who chooses to watch this who can vote will vote, but remember to vote on November 4th between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. right here at Town Hall.
All right. And miscellaneous, do we have anything under miscellaneous that I see? No? All right. And staff comments. Mr. Klein, any comments today?
I have a quick one. The Appearance and Beautification Committee is providing a certificate of appreciation to 4 people who have been regularly maintaining Alice's Garden over on the corner of Hickory and Lee. Hickory in Pennsylvania, excuse me. And I don't believe Jake's going to be able to be in attendance, so if there's any other commissioners that would like to be there for that.
What's the date? Do you know?
It's Friday, and it's at 12 noon.
This Friday?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Halloween, sounds scary. All right.
Yeah, I'm still working on that, but right now I don't think I'll be able to make it, so.
Yeah.
I will
So I
check
just thought
my-
that I would give the opportunity if
Absolutely.
anybody, it would be a good.
It would be great to have at least one of us there.
Yeah,
Alright.
they've really worked hard to do it on a regular basis. In the Appearance and Beautification Committee, they're not members of the Beautification Committee, they just are volunteers in the town and do it on a regular basis, and they've really done a great job. So the Appearance and Beautification Committee wanted to reach out and give them a certificate of appreciation.
I think that's a great
Yeah.
idea. And I will check my calendar. I didn't bring it with me, unfortunately, and Jake and I will work something out, see what we can do.
Thank you.
All righty. Chief, any comments?
No, ma'am. That's it.
All right. Angela?
Madam Chair, I would just like to thank you and Commissioner Taylor, as well as other staff members who were able to attend our annual awards on Thursday evening. It was a great evening, a nice attendance from our business community as well as our community partners, and greatly appreciate everyone's participation in that event. It's always a lot of fun.
It's always a lot of fun to recognize all the people who are
It
doing
is.
great things in town, and I wouldn't miss it, for anything, so I'm glad Jake and I were able to be there. It was a really great event.
Thank you. And John's has been splashing their award all
all
over
over
their
Facebook.
newsletter and social media. So
Good
it's
for
great to
them.
see.
Good for them.
They were very excited.
I'm glad they're enjoying it.
Yes.
All right. Pam, you want to make any comments for Lisa? All right, Kevin? All right, that's the end of staff comments. Commissioners' comments?
I think I'm good.
So am I.
All right.
All right, in that case, we are not going to have any motions to adjourn. We are just going to say we are finished our meeting today, and thank you all for attending. It's nice to have some company here, even
And
though,
that's the way it
even though
is.
Eddie bailed on us, I mean, a couple of commissioners, but
Yes.
hey.
Have a good night, everybody.
thank you.